Hello everyone, Dr. Alan Mandell here. Welcome back to my channel, Science of Healing. Today I want to talk about something that almost every person over 60 experiences, but few people realize how dangerous it can be. Weak glute muscles. Your glutes are not just for appearance. They are the largest and most powerful muscles in your body. They stabilize your hips, protect your lower back, support your spine, and keep you balanced when you walk, stand, or climb stairs. After the age of 60, the human body begins to change in ways most people never notice until it's too late. One of the most dangerous changes is silent, invisible, and rarely talked about. Your glute muscles slowly begin to shut down. The glutes are the largest muscles in your body. They control how you stand, how you walk, how you climb stairs, and how you keep your balance. But modern research shows that as we age, these muscles can weaken faster than almost any other muscle group, especially if we spend most of our day sitting. Scientists call this process sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that begins as early as your 30s and accelerates rapidly after 60. Studies published in major medical journals reveal that older adults can lose up to 30 to 50% of their muscle strength by their 80s, and the glutes are among the first muscles to weaken because they are rarely fully activated in daily life. When your glutes weaken, your body starts to break down in a chain reaction. Your hips become unstable. Your knees take extra pressure. Your lower back compensates and begins to ache. Your posture collapses forward. Walking becomes slower, shorter, and more exhausting. But the most shocking danger is balance. Research from the Centers for Disease Control shows that falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths in adults over 65. Every year, millions of seniors fall, and many never fully recover. Weak glute muscles are one of the key predictors of fall risk because they control hip stability and leg movement. Imagine this: a simple step on uneven ground, a slight trip on a rug, a missed step on the stairs. With strong glutes, your body instantly corrects itself. With weak glutes, your body cannot react fast enough. That fraction of a second can change a life forever. Doctors and physical therapists have discovered that many seniors who suffer hip fractures already had severe glute weakness long before the fall. The muscles that should protect the hip joint simply weren't strong enough to stabilize it. And hip fractures are not just painful, they are often life-altering. Studies show that up to 20% of seniors die within a year after a hip fracture, and many others lose their independence permanently. But the danger doesn't stop there. Weak glutes also affect your brain. Yes, your brain. Research shows that walking speed and lower body strength are directly linked to cognitive health. Seniors with slower walking speed and weaker muscles have a higher risk of dementia and cognitive decline. The glutes are essential for walking, so when they weaken, your brain health may decline too. Your glutes also influence your circulation. These large muscles act like pumps, helping blood flow back to the heart. When they weaken and remain inactive, circulation slows, increasing the risk of blood clots, swelling, and fatigue. And then there is the hidden metabolic impact. Muscle tissue is one of the most powerful regulators of blood sugar and metabolism. When muscle mass decreases, insulin sensitivity drops, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Research shows that seniors with lower muscle mass have significantly higher rates of metabolic diseases. Weak glutes mean less muscle mass, and less muscle mass means a slower, weaker metabolism. The modern lifestyle makes this problem even worse. We sit in chairs, cars, couches, and beds for most of the day. Sitting turns off your glutes. Scientists call this gluteal amnesia, a condition where the brain forgets how to activate the glute muscles. When this happens, other muscles take over, leading to chronic pain, poor movement patterns, and joint damage. And here's the shocking truth. Many seniors believe that walking is enough to keep their legs strong, but research shows that walking alone often does not fully activate the glutes, especially at slow speeds. Walking is beneficial, but it does not replace targeted glute activation. Without intentional exercise, the glutes continue to weaken quietly. This is why so many older adults develop shuffling steps, hunched posture, and difficulty standing from a chair. The glutes are the engines of your body. When the engine weakens, everything slows down. But there is hope. Muscles can grow at any age. Scientific studies show that even people in their 80s and 90s can build muscle strength with simple exercises. The body is incredibly adaptable. When you send the signal to your muscles, they respond, no matter how old you are. The tragedy is that most people never receive this message. They think weakness is just part of aging. They think pain is inevitable. They think losing independence is normal, but it is not. Much of this decline is preventable. Your glutes are not just muscles. They are your foundation. They are your balance, your power, your stability, and your independence. They allow you to stand tall, walk confidently, and live without fear of falling. Every day you ignore them, they weaken. Every day you activate them, they grow stronger, and the choice is in your hands. Most people believe that building muscle after 60 requires heavy weights, intense workouts, and painful gym routines. But science tells a very different story. The human body has an incredible ability to rebuild strength, even with simple, gentle movements. And one of the most powerful movements for seniors can be done sitting in a chair. This is not a fitness trend. This is neuromuscular science. When you consciously contract a muscle, your brain sends electrical signals through nerves to muscle fibers. These signals wake up dormant muscle cells, increase blood flow, and stimulate growth pathways that were thought to shut down with age. Researchers call this neuromuscular activation, and it is one of the most important factors in preventing age-related weakness. The simple seated glute squeeze is a perfect example. You sit upright, feet planted firmly on the ground, and gently squeeze your buttock muscles as if you are trying to lift yourself slightly off the chair. You hold for a few seconds, then release. It looks almost too simple to work, but inside your body, something powerful is happening. Studies in rehabilitation science show that isometric contractions, where muscles tighten without moving, can significantly increase muscle strength, especially in older adults. In fact, research from physical therapy journals has shown that low-intensity isometric exercises can improve muscle activation, reduce pain, and restore functional movement in seniors who cannot tolerate heavy exercise. When you squeeze your glutes, blood flow increases dramatically in the hip region. This brings oxygen, nutrients, and hormones directly to the muscle tissue. Blood flow is one of the key drivers of muscle repair and growth. Without it, muscles shrink. With it, muscles regenerate. At the same time, nerve pathways become stronger. Aging weakens the connection between the brain and muscles. That's why older adults often feel slow, weak, or uncoordinated. But when you repeatedly contract a muscle, the brain remembers how to use it again. Scientists call this motor learning, and it is one of the reasons why seniors can regain strength even after decades of inactivity. The glutes are especially important because they control the hips, pelvis, and lower spine. When you activate them, you stabilize your entire body. Physical therapists often say that the glutes are the foundation of human movement. Without a strong foundation, every movement becomes risky. Research also shows that strengthening the glutes improves walking speed, stride length, and balance. In clinical studies, older adults who perform targeted lower body exercises improved their walking performance and reduced their risk of falls. Walking speed is not just about mobility, it is a powerful predictor of longevity. Studies have shown that faster walking speed in older adults is associated with lower mortality risk. The seated glute squeeze is unique because it removes barriers. Many seniors avoid exercise because they fear pain, injury, or fatigue. But this exercise can be done safely by almost anyone. It does not stress the knees. It does not strain the back. It does not require standing, balancing, or equipment. You can do it while watching television, reading a book, or sitting at the dining table. This means consistency becomes easy, and consistency is what transforms muscles. Scientists have discovered that muscles respond more to frequency than intensity in older adults. Doing gentle contractions multiple times a day sends repeated signals that keep muscles active. This prevents the use it or lose it effect that accelerates muscle loss. Another shocking fact is that even short contractions can improve circulation and reduce stiffness. When muscles contract, they act like pumps, pushing blood and lymphatic fluid through the body. This can reduce swelling, improve energy levels, and even help prevent blood clots in people who sit for long periods. The glutes also play a role in posture. Weak glutes cause the pelvis to tilt forward, increasing pressure on the lower back and spine. This leads to chronic back pain, spinal degeneration, and nerve compression. By strengthening the glutes, you naturally stand taller, reduce back pain, and improve spinal alignment. And here is something most people don't know. Muscle contractions release signaling molecules called myokines. These molecules travel through the bloodstream and communicate with the brain, heart, and immune system. Myokines have been shown to reduce inflammation, improve brain function, and even protect against chronic diseases. So when you squeeze your glutes, you are not just strengthening muscles, you are sending healing signals throughout your body. In older adults, inflammation is a major driver of aging and disease. Gentle exercise like seated glute squeezes can lower inflammatory markers, improve immune function, and slow biological aging. There is also a psychological benefit. When seniors feel stronger and more stable, fear of falling decreases. Fear of falling often leads to less movement, which leads to more weakness, which leads to more fear. This is a dangerous cycle. A simple daily exercise can break that cycle and restore confidence. Doctors and geriatric specialists increasingly recommend simple resistance exercises for older adults because they are safe, effective, and accessible. You don't need perfect form. You don't need a gym membership. You just need awareness and intention. Imagine doing this exercise for 1 minute 3 times a day. That's only 3 minutes. But over weeks and months, those minutes add up to thousands of muscle contractions, thousands of signals telling your body to stay strong. Scientific studies show that muscle strength can increase significantly within 6 to 12 weeks of consistent training, even in elderly populations. The body does not care about age. It cares about signals. Every squeeze is a signal. Every contraction is a message. Every repetition is a step toward independence. You are not powerless against aging. Your body is designed to adapt. Even the simplest movement can awaken dormant strength. So the next time you sit down, remember that your chair is not just a place to rest. It is a training ground. It is a tool for longevity. It is a silent gym that travels with you everywhere. Squeeze your glutes, hold, release, repeat. Your muscles are listening. Your brain is responding. Your future self is being built right now. Exercise alone is not enough. You can do the most perfect glute squeezes, the most consistent seated workouts, and yet, if your body does not have the right fuel, your muscles will remain weak, fragile, and vulnerable. Nutrition is not optional. It is the silent partner that dictates whether your efforts succeed or fail. As we age, our body's ability to build and maintain muscle slows dramatically. Protein synthesis, the process your muscles use to repair and grow, is much less efficient after 60. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that older adults need up to 50% more protein per meal than younger adults to achieve the same muscle-building effect. That means skipping protein or relying on low-quality sources directly accelerates muscle loss. But it's not just about protein. Muscles require vitamins, minerals, and proper hydration to function at all. Magnesium, for example, is critical for muscle contraction and nerve signaling. Without it, your glutes cannot fire correctly, your balance suffers, and every step becomes riskier. Studies show that magnesium deficiency is common in older adults, contributing to cramps, fatigue, and even insomnia, which indirectly affects muscle recovery. Vitamin D is another silent powerhouse. Low vitamin D levels are linked to decreased muscle strength, increased falls, and slower walking speed in seniors. Sunlight is the best source, but in winter months, or for those with limited sun exposure, fortified foods or supplements become essential. One study in the Journal of Gerontology showed that supplementing vitamin D in deficient adults improved muscle function and reduced fall risk by nearly 30%. That is not a small number. That is life-changing. Omega-3 fatty acids are equally important. Found in fatty fish, flax seeds, and walnuts, these healthy fats reduce inflammation, improve blood flow to muscles, and enhance protein synthesis. Chronic inflammation in older adults is a silent killer, slowly breaking down muscle tissue and impairing recovery. Omega-3s can slow this process, keeping your glutes stronger, your hips steadier, and your movements fluid. Hydration is another underestimated factor. Dehydrated muscles fatigue faster, cramp more often, and recover more slowly. Older adults are particularly at risk because the sensation of thirst diminishes with age. Just a small decrease in hydration can reduce muscle strength by 10 to 15%, directly impacting your ability to perform exercises. Even simple seated glute squeezes. Water is literally the lifeblood of functional strength. Consistency in exercise and nutrition is what turns small efforts into real results. Muscles do not grow overnight. They respond to repeated signals over weeks and months. Studies in gerontology show that older adults who exercise consistently, even at low intensity, build significant strength in just 6 to 12 weeks, but only if their diet provides the building blocks for repair. Without protein, vitamins, and minerals, the same exercise yields minimal results. It's not complicated, it's intentional. A balanced plate at every meal, rich in protein, vegetables, healthy fats, and whole grains, gives your muscles the raw materials to respond to exercise. Eggs, yogurt, lentils, chicken, fish, tofu, spinach, nuts, seeds. These foods are not just sustenance, they are the scaffolding for strength. But the most powerful element is repetition. The same squeeze, the same contraction, the same healthy meals repeated daily, week after week, becomes the rhythm that rebuilds your body. Inactivity and poor nutrition are like erosion. They silently wear away at muscle, balance, and independence. Consistency is the antidote, a daily rhythm that rewires your muscles, your nerves, and even your brain. Muscle is not just tissue, it is your armor, your mobility, your independence. Every contraction supported by proper nutrition reinforces your foundation. Every protein-rich meal fuels your recovery. Every hydrated cell is a soldier ready to protect you from falls, frailty, and weakness. There is also a mental component. When seniors see consistent progress, standing taller, walking steadier, moving with confidence, they experience a surge of motivation. Science shows that positive feedback loops strengthen not just muscle, but adherence. The body and mind respond together. Confidence, balance, and strength reinforce each other. Ignoring nutrition while exercising is like trying to build a house without bricks. No matter how perfect your movements, your muscles cannot repair, recover, or grow. But combined with simple seated exercises, the right foods, and adequate hydration, you activate a chain reaction of renewal. Your glutes respond, your hips stabilize, your posture improves, and your energy skyrockets. The difference is dramatic. Seniors who adopt consistent exercise and proper nutrition report fewer falls, less pain, more independence, and higher quality of life. The statistics are clear. One study in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging found that older adults who met recommended protein intake and performed strength exercises had a 60% lower risk of mobility loss over 4 years. This is not theory. This is a lifeline. You do not need a gym. You do not need fancy equipment. You need a chair, a few minutes a day, and the awareness that your body responds to what you give it. Every contraction, every squeeze, every protein-rich meal is an investment in your independence, your confidence, and your life. And there is no age limit. Research has shown that even adults in their 80s and 90s can regain meaningful muscle strength, improve balance, and reduce fall risk with consistent exercise and proper nutrition. The body is resilient, it adapts, it responds when given the right signals. So start today. Sit tall, squeeze your glutes, hold, release, repeat. Pair it with protein at every meal, magnesium-rich vegetables, vitamin D from sun or foods, omega-3 fats, and plenty of water. Make it daily. Make it consistent. Make it non-negotiable. Because strength after 60 is not optional. It is survival, independence, and dignity. Every meal is an opportunity. Every contraction is a message. Every day is a chance to rebuild what time has tried to take away. Your glutes are your foundation. Nutrition is the fuel. Consistency is the key. Together, they form an unbreakable chain that protects you, empowers you, and restores the confidence that age should never steal. The choice is yours. The time is now.